This is a TRF medium wave AM broadcast band radio kit that was sent to me by Stefan in Germany, and he designed and built this kit for me, and we want to build it and see how it works. No oscillator, all the way from Germany. So there's a lot of reading material here that he put together. He really spent some time on this. So let's build it and see how it works. Let me first start by reading this whole thing, and I'll bring you up to speed on the highlights of it. Correction, it's regenerative. Once set up, the radio needs to be tuned to a radio station which is of interest. It is operated like a typical regenerative receiver. When radio station on lower AM frequencies, you want to have the circuit self-oscillating a bit so that it locks onto the radio station. Oh, this is going to be interesting. You like to okay. Guess maybe the idea here is build it and then play with it. Okay, we got 3 separate kits here. Let me open these and study them. Well, cool. He even put his initials on it. I used to make amplifiers for CB radio like this when I was a teenager. I would use 2 MRF 455 transistors and stack those little ferrite things up and make a transformer on them for a push-pull amp. And this is just how I would make it, with a piece of copper-clad board and a Dremel. And they worked. I'd get 100 watts. I remember making some good DX contacts on CB radio. So does this actually correlate with this? Wow, this is very interesting. This took a lot of cranial capacity to put this together. Wow. And then here are the parts. Okay, so this is the receiver. I don't want to mix this stuff up. Okay, this is the medium wave modulator. This is the active antenna. This is very cool. This took a lot of thought. Sorry I didn't get to it sooner. I'm just busy and backlogged. What is the purpose of the modulator? Let me read the instructions. It looks like this is, if I'm understanding it right, which I doubt I am, is like a little AM transmitter, like to connect your phone to it and then listen to it through the AM radio, like a little transmitter. I'm not sure I really understand that. I think what I'm going to do is, to start, I'm going to focus on this one, the regenerative receiver. And again, this is very cool. So it looks like I just load it like any other kit. Just the holes are all punched in the right spot. And I just load it up and we go for it. So let's get to work here. Got 3 pots and a bunch of parts. I have a new toy that was sent in for review by FNIRSI, or however you say this word. It's a DSO-TC4, and it's really reasonable. It's a 10 megahertz scope, but it also has the component identifier on it. So this is almost perfect for transistor radios. The only thing, it'd be neat if it had a signal generator for alignments, but it has a low frequency signal generator, like up to 50 kilohertz, so like audio. So I'm going to open this so I can help just verify the leads on some of these parts. So this is just good because it'll verify, audio PNP. How does it know if it's audio or RF? Okay, what's going on here? This is the BC557. This shows, 557. Where's a 557 on here? 547. Because this is showing it as a PNP, and the only one that's PNP is this one. Oh, here's the 557. Okay. All right. Well, it's a good thing I did this because I would have put the transistors in 180 degrees out. I'm working on loading the resistors up, and I just read resistors like a book. This is 1K or 10K. Is that orange or red? That one's hard to tell. Wow, I boxed myself in with that comment, didn't I? Let's see what we got here. Red, red, black, so that's a 22. That's 100K. That's a 3.9K. Again, is that red or orange? It's either 10 or 1. That's this one right here. That's 220K, red, red, yellow. What's this one here? 68 ohms. 3.9K. So I'm just loading these up on here. So we're using nanofarads here, and this thing uses nanofarads, and this uses nanofarads, and I'm not really used to nanofarads, so we do everything in decimal point here. So this one says 103 on it, which I guess is 10 nanofarads, and 104 would be 100 nanofarads. Okay, we got some boo-boos here, and I'm trying to figure them out. Right here, if you look at that, and then also right here. So, okay, well, these are the opposite. Number one is a collector. So I got this part of this right here, which is a total mess. And if I do this, I'm trying to follow the schematic on top. And if you look at this line right here, this line that goes over to here, it had this capacitor in it. It had this capacitor right here in this line that's going over here. Well, according to this capacitor is supposed to connect to the collector of this transistor. So what I'm going to do is connect this on top to this where the schematic shows. I'm trying to follow this schematic, not the traces underneath, because the traces underneath don't follow the schematic. So I'm trying to figure out these pots. There's a 1K, a 10K, and a 5K, and this one here is measuring 3.897K. So one of them is measuring like 4K, the other one's measuring 5K, and the other one's measuring 1K. Well, I checked the one that was measuring 4K on that thing. It's measuring 10K here. So I measure it here. It's measuring like 3,862 ohms. I think we have a software problem here. Look at this, he actually included little pins to go in for the antenna and the speaker and the power. Well, there it is. I think I built it right. According to the schematic, I might have missed something, but we'll have to see how it works. Now, how it works without any tuning capacitors or any inductors, I'll be amazed. I got to see this. I found out the idea here is just a proof of concept that a AM medium wave receiver could be built not using any coils that would tune in multiple stations, and not to really expect, great performance or selectivity or anything like that. I believe there's something similar to that out that is basically an integrated circuit that's in that package that does the same thing with minimal components. It's like one IC that's in that package. I might have to look into that in the future. But anyway, that's what this really was, a proof of concept, and it actually proved its concept. It did tune in multiple stations fairly well and fairly clear without the use of any coils. I got a big antenna hooked to it. I got a fairly sensitive speaker. Says 6 volts is best.
The $1 billion program gives parents just over $10,000 to send their child to a private school. Democrats say it hurts underfunded public schools. CBS News, Austin.
Warren Buffett has announced his retirement. The Oracle of Omaha going through a year of his storied investing career. They're largely to blame. Here's Brian.
Give it some more power since it's working. Okay, which one of these is regenerate and which one is tuning? Okay, P1 adjusts the frequency, so this one adjusts the frequency, this one adjusts the regeneration.
upgrading? Include us in your construction planning to make your dream home smart from the start. Control climate, cameras, and more right from your phone. Experience blockbuster movies and sports on a stunning 98-inch TV, or enjoy full home automation. It can be so frustrating to deal with insurance companies. It's Vicki Moore, and you pay to. You call Avner Gat. Avner Gat is a public insurance adjuster, and he's on your side. You can try to negotiate with the insurance company yourself, but you're quickly going to find out it's not that easy. Avner Gat negotiates on your behalf to make sure you're getting the best possible outcome. Avner and his team, they've been working with insurance companies for years, and they have the industry know-how that you need.
The goal isn't simply to just lock up people who are seriously ill in prison. That's not going to help anybody. Leverage now. Before we had no leverage.
That's exactly what he told us. He said the only thing that he could do is he would just say he would get restraining orders against him because he would say
Wow, that's California Insider. I recognize that guy.
didn't really matter to the legal law enforcement infrastructure. You know, they couldn't do anything about it because it's probably petty or...
That's right. Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what we saw all over California with especially small business owners who were being hit routinely by, you know, many of these people.
The difference guaranteed. Call now for an absolutely free professional no appraisal. 800-885-1500. 800.
Campaign. Small businesses told us they were dying by thousands of little thefts every day from people. Sometimes it's the repeat thieves who are just criminals, and many times it's people who are coming in like a homeless individual who may be mentally ill or addicted. And so Prop 36 has tools for all.
Yeah, this guy has a YouTube channel that's really good. It's called California Insider.
California suffered because
are still a very big factor here in California, and they don't have as many safety features like we do.
Wow, it's actually getting different stations.
From Atlantic to Boston, weekend closing of the carpool lanes. 2 lanes there. This is for me. Before Los Angeles, the 3 cars.
When those two together, it's just kind of a recipe for disaster. Putting those two together, you know,
Let me get my microphone so we can hear it really well.
strapping in that helmet. I've seen from time to time people will have the helmet and then they don't strap it in, so it's basically useless because if you crash, the first thing that's flying off is probably going to be that helmet.
I turned off all the lights.
A good jacket, a good thick jacket, boots.
With many firefighters opting to shift to part-time work or to sharing space with other tradesmen like locksmiths. And the future doesn't look very bright either.
They're not really teaching anyone the craft, so they don't expect the craft.
I'm Bloomberg's Nancy Lyons from the California Deluxe Windows Action Prevention.
everything we just talked about is what effect does underreporting have on it? What effect does human error have sometimes on the entry of data? These are real things, not just in California, all over the country. Again, Prop 36 is a great example because there was a huge disconnect between what the official data showed for many years and what people saw with their own eyes. And maybe at the end of the day, the fact that 70% of the people voted for Prop 36 shows you that people not studies training really kind of forget a lot of experience we had, and it wasn't true.
What other crimes in California that people need to pay attention to? Is there anything else that...
Hop on a motorcycle.
No. For a little bit before you can even apply to go to that, but it's a whole separate.
How are the children?
They're well, Dr. Vitali.
And Pietro, how is the factory? Good, very good. Great. You're sitting in my seat. Oh, mi scusi. Colpa mia. Grazie. I'll get right. I know you're both anxious to hear. It's indeed a uterine fibroma, which can sometimes form on the outside of the uterus, Gianna. It's rather like the size.
We match. Discover. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Johns Hopkins University has found that just mild hearing loss doubles your risk of dementia. So hearing loss...
Hearing aids are so expensive and ugly.
A las 10 de la mañana con los programa legendario Nutrición al Día. Comienza el deporte con Tu Liga Radio. Seguimos agradecidos de ser tu mejor opción informativa, entretenida y
It's 4:53. Some chemicals found in common household products are now being linked to cardiovascular health. Stevens reports.
The study shows that exposure to these chemicals known as phthalates.
Phthalates.
Can help to lower the amounts of chemicals both in our environment and in our bodies.
These chemicals are often used in personal care products, children's toys, and food packaging. Learning disabilities and neurological disorders. I'm Chris Seaton's KNX News 97.1 FM.
At that time of the year, college grads getting ready to move on to the working world. A new survey from employment firm Robert Half finds more than 70% of recent college grads report the hardest job landing the interview. Robert Half Senior Vice President Kim Garstein says if you're one of the people struggling, don't give up because companies want to hire you.
Are attracted to recent college grads for a number of different reasons. Number one, their adaptability to technology is typically very strong, and employers see the value in that.
Garstein also says consider contract work, which is temp work. She says that can lead to full-time jobs, but also give you a chance to try something new in a short period of time.
Okay, well, let me say this. I'm impressed. I think the one sort of shortcoming here is KNX, where Stefan, who designed this, probably didn't think about, a 50,000 watt station with as much, effective radiated power as KNX only a couple miles away. So as far as the active antenna goes, I will build that sometime and we'll take this out to the desert. There's no reason to have an active antenna here. All it's going to do is make KNX even stronger. So that's the thing about going out to the desert. The signals are more equalized out there. It's more of a level, fair playing field. Here I'm just completely bombarded with KNX primarily and KFI number 2. So I'm a little bit impressed with this. I'm surprised that it pulls in about 5 stations, just the way it is. That's pretty damn cool, and it's really just capacitors. There's no inductors, no tuning capacitors. It's just, I think it's the fact of these, these, the value of these disc capacitors. So the one mistake, I did correct that on top here. I corrected it to the schematic. Anyway, sort of impressive.
The California Insider is pre-recorded and furnished by the Epoch Times. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. A hero's day is never done.
So 790 KABC is what we're listening to now, which is so strong here. That's pretty good.